I just see a lot of debate about traversal time, so I tried to put together a little bit of information on traversal. I know it's not the most exciting topic, but there just seems to be a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of debate over which characters are slow, which characters are fast, and what makes them that way. So first off, I want to go through this to make it the least painful as possible. I put the slowest character first and the fastest character second. That way, if you're done at that point, I get that, and then the rest of the characters are in order from slowest remaining to fastest remaining. And so first off here we have Cap. He is the slowest guy in the game. I think I figured out the reason why that is. Every other character in the game speeds up when you jump up and down. Cap unfortunately does not. His jump is about the same speed as his regular run, so he doesn't really gain any ground when you hop with him. The only thing that speeds him up is his shield dash, which that does seem to give him about a 33% move speed increase. But unfortunately, that is tied to his intrinsic meter. So when you take advantage of that, you burn out your shield block intrinsic, and which means you can only keep it up for a limited amount of time. And then when you get where you're going, you have no shield block. So not the best situation for Cap. He really needs some work on his travel. The only other outlier in travel speed is Iron Man, and he is by far the speediest if you make use of this little exploit I figured out right here. If you cancel his flight with A and then reinitialize his flight with the left stick and tap up on the right stick, it sounds complicated, but it's not as bad as it sounds, then he can actually boost through this level in 40 seconds, which means he has double Cap's move speed. Um, if you fly through regular, it takes him 60 seconds, which is 22 seconds faster than Cap. And there is a speed boost talent in Iron Man's talent tree, and I used that and investigated that. That's actually the reason I remade this video, because I didn't address that in the first one appropriately. And I come to find that that is a pretty useless talent. I think it was shaving off 1 to 2 seconds if I completely emptied his intrinsic meter the entire time he traveled through this, and it's a fairly long distance, so totally not worth it. I don't really get what that's about. It really does absolutely almost nothing. His or Thor's, they both have the same type of talent. Neither of those speed boosts really do anything. So slowest remaining characters, we got Kamala here. She runs through this level at 1 minute and 7 seconds. So that is a full 13 seconds faster than Cap, and you're going to see that all the remaining characters are within 7 seconds of one another. So Cap is his distance from Kamala is greater than her distance from Iron Man. So everyone else is pretty close together. About all you can do with Kamala is just hop and grab ledges. And I tried using her polymorph and different stuff to speed her up. Nothing really seems to make a difference. Just hop and grab ledges and use an efficient path. Now here's Hulk. He gets through in 1 minute and 6 seconds. It's a bit of a surprise to see him doing as well as he's doing. I never really thought he was that slow, but I see so many people talk about how slow his traversal is, and I thought it must be slow because that many people can't be wrong, but he's just not as slow as he gets credit for. I will admit that if you're not accustomed to using Hulk, he's difficult to travel with. If you grab a wall and your camera angle is wrong, he will go careening off in the totally the wrong direction, someplace you don't want him to go, and he can get out of control until you get used to using him and adjusting camera angle to change his direction. But once you get accustomed to him, he does travel, at least outdoors, in a fairly quick way. So like I said, 1 minute and 6 seconds, just edged out Kamala as slowest remaining character, so he's second, next notch up from Kamala. And here we have Widow. She travels 1 minute 4, so she just barely edged out Hulk. I have actually run it 1 minute 5 with Hulk. So, I mean, it's very, like I said, just very tight competition between the rest of these. So, Black Widow, if you hop up and down and use your grapple and use an efficient path, she gets through the level fairly well. And you'll see what I just did right there. She has a talent with her grapple that allows you, if you hold down the grapple button, she'll fly past the ledge like she just did right there, that does speed her up. So it is faster to fly past a ledge than it is just to grapple to it. So that's the only other thing I could say that does help her traversal a bit. But at 1:04, she's 4 seconds behind a regular fast flying Ironman or Thor, which is absolutely, I think, within reason, considering she's moving along the ground and not flying a perfectly straight path. So here we have Kate Bishop, very similar to Black Widow, but she has just a little bit of an edge on her because of her teleport. It just seems to be slightly faster. And in fact, Kate gets through this opening right here in a minute flat, which is the same speed that Iron Man or Thor can get through it from flying a straight line. So I guess in reality, she's actually moving faster. But when it comes to actual traversing from point A to point B, I would still give the edge to Iron Man or Thor just because it's a lot easier to fly than it is to try to run the most efficient path possible. But the only other thing I would say about Kate is using her push A to teleport to ledges is great, but using her intrinsic teleport does not seem to benefit any. She does just as well hopping up and down. So here, I would rank him the fastest of the remaining characters as Thor. And like I said, the reason I give that to him is just because of the ease of flight. And once again, I did investigate the speed boost talent. It trims off. I don't have it in the video here. I did go back and re-record, but it trims off so next to nothing that I didn't even see the point of re-editing my video. I just put new audio over the top of it because it just does so very little for his speed. And in Iron Man's case, one of your other options is 15% more range damage when you're flying. So I mean, it's like I said, it's really almost like a trap talent. Like if you pick that, you're missing out on better stuff. But in any case, I hope this was informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.